Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/zip. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ziprecruiter.com/zip. That's ziprecruiter.com/zip. ziprecruiter.com/zip.
Let's talk about books, Shody. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the weird things and the good things that we read. Let's talk about books.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome to Adjacent Book Club here with Shody. We are recording to tell you about some amazing things that we have been consuming like crazy. But what's been going on, Shelly? You have some big stuff going on. Again.
We're just busy with Airbnbs and moving Coulter and celebrating Coulter's independence, and he's heading off to camp. He's at camp right now. All this is airing, and we're very excited for him and just, navigating new paths.
It's so exciting.
You have bigger news. It's your first year of not setting up a classroom.
I know. It's so weird. I would have always had my classroom ready to go in July, and then school, teacher meetings. You're just in meetings all day. They don't give you really any time to set up. They extended the prep times a couple of, years ago, I guess, or maybe just 2 years ago, where you had to come in 2 weeks before school started. And so then you're in meetings like that whole time because they had heard teachers are like, we don't have enough time to set up our rooms. And so what they did was they added an extra week to our pre-prep time, but basically we still don't have time to set up our rooms because you're just in meetings. And, the district has their mandatory meetings, and but then you have your meetings with your teams, and then in SPED you have to meet with each teacher that works with your, students with special needs to go over all the IEP and the accommodations and the BIPs and you name it. So I don't miss all of that part, but I do miss seeing my friends and setting up my room and helping each other and that camaraderie that we have being in the trenches, I guess it is. So
the trauma bonding.
Yeah, but it's always fun, like, to go back the first couple of weeks and see everybody, and then you have your meet the teacher and just to see all the excitement in the air. So it's hard. It's hard not to go back, but I know I have so many new adventures going on with the past, and Shelly's got ShodyMedia doing so many different fun, exciting adventures. So it's just a new ride for me. So I'm excited.
Well, and can we speak about, I know you weren't one to ask for donations for classes, but how can people support educators? Because I think everybody should understand that there's not a budget from the school for classroom decorations and classroom supplies. A lot of that comes out of the pocket of the teacher, and we all know that teacher pay sucks. And so, they have, a sucky salary, and then they're trying to provide a warm, loving environment for your students. And so what do you think is the biggest bang for the buck if you will, for how people can support educators?
Well, a lot of teachers have Amazon wish lists that are in their digital newsletter. So just clicking those links are very helpful. I always found the things that we went through the quickest, even when we do communal school supplies, are pencils and glue sticks. This is elementary, of course. Dry erase markers. We go through that quite quickly. But everything else, generally, there are programs that Office Depot and other surrounding businesses, the PTAs, we're very, where I was teaching, we were very blessed with amazing PTA members and generosity, but it is expensive to run a classroom, especially a behavior unit. If your gen ed class seems to have everything they need, don't forget those special ed or even special area classes. Like I'd have to go take Kleenexes and Clorox wipes from different classes. I mean, I would ask, I wouldn't just go steal them, Ms. Garcia was always very generous. She's like, take as many Kleenex boxes as you need. I was like, thank you. So those special ed classes, they don't provide an alternative set of materials for those kiddos. So just keep that in mind. It's something that, some of those kids spend a good chunk of their day in there. Some of them can. And so they need things to regulate themselves. But yeah, it was definitely, for the longest time, John and I said that was my tithing. That was our tithing. Instead of tithing to the church, our tithing and charity went to my classroom. It was a huge line item.
Huge line item. And I love the donors choose. Quite a few of the local educators in Austin use donors choose, and there's usually a really good match. And so that's a great way to support the education system. Don't you think, Jody?
I do. And also gift cards for the teachers. Teachers love gift cards, and they use a lot of it, not just for their classroom, but sometimes on their individual needs, which they need. But for the classroom, gift cards to Target, Walmart, HEB. HEB is a big, great gift card for teachers. So straight up cash, homie. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And I love all of the restaurants and bars and stuff that have like an educator night.
Yeah, they do really generous. Jack Allen's at the beginning of the year, Salt Traders does a huge, get an entree for free or very reduced, like $5 giant entree. So we would meet over at Salt Traders before school started, and we would go get our free lunch. You'd have to pay for your own cocktail if you were going to get a cocktail, but if it's during the day, you weren't doing that. But if it was at the end, on a Friday, it was really nice. So generous. Jack Allen's. I'm going to say the Jack Allen's family and those businesses are such huge contributors to the Austin community. I'm just blown away with what they do for so many different groups. So yeah, they really would blow it out for us, and you'd get good entrees and not just half price appetizers, which is super generous as well, or free appetizers, super generous. But they would do the full meal. You would get a lobster. You could get you name it. So nice. Anyway, so yeah, to all those teachers out there, you are heroes to me and to all of us, and we hope that you have the best year, and we hope that you stay in touch with us, because we'll be dropping where we're hanging so that you could come and just get some chill time for sure. So come on out and join us. Anyway, what have you been consuming?
I have one more education thing. We are doing a book backpack drive for Kerr County schools, and I have one more drop on August 8th. So if you would like to donate a backpack, let me know as quickly as possible. Information is in the notes.
Yes.
And we are also we've connected with Amazon. We're an affiliate, and we're adding like some of Jody's favorite things in the notes. We're adding Shelly's favorite things in the notes. And so if y'all click on those or purchase those, that really helps us keep this podcast running, and we really appreciate it. So, support the podcast that way. As you can tell, we've started having commercials added to our podcast, and we would love to know what y'all think about it. We would love to know.
Give us your feedback.
Yeah, we would love your feedback on that.
Yes, I love it. For those Amazon wish list items, or our favorite items, I guess it is, Amazon favorites, I have to tell you, a lot of people, when I was teaching or when I'm out in the wild, they'll say like, where'd you get that skirt? Or where did you get that shirt? And it's usually from Amazon. So I'm adding some of my clothes links that I get. If people are like, oh, I really liked that skirt, then I add it into the Amazon, and it's a great way for you to, if we want to do some twinning, we could be twins.
Yeah. If you want to show up to tailgate wearing what Jody might have on, you're going to get it. You're going to get it in the notes. Check out the notes.
Yes, please. And what do they say? I mean, that's just flattering to me. I used to get annoyed, and now I find it really fun when I'm twinning with someone. So
match that vibe.
Yes. It's so weird. That's another weird thing, is not buying back to school clothes. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Because I would always have like a challenge for myself. How many days can I go without wearing like the same a repeat outfit at school? And I think I made it at least 6 weeks. So that's like at least 30 days. I think it was longer. I think it was like the first semester. It might have been 9 weeks, but I really challenged myself. And now it's the opposite. I just wear the same thing all the time now. I like have a uniform.
I could probably go about 7 days.
Okay, I challenge you to go 7 days, because I'm going to say you wear the same thing like me almost every day.
The same. Agreed. Like uniform.
The only thing we change are our baseball hats.
Exactly. It's like, and I don't have access to my baseball hats right now.
Oh no, where are they?
There must be.
Oh yes. I mean, you are the Airbnb queen.
Yeah, Adrian's like, we're nomads.
Yes, you are. It's probably kind of fun for you.
It's been fun. It definitely makes you recognize what you need versus what you want. And it's like, how can I do all these transitions in a backpack? You know, those kind of things. So very interesting process.
Yes, that is interesting. So I'm going to start with what I've been consuming these last couple of weeks.
Do it.
Okay. So one of the things that I read, I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts, Donald, and I read The Book of Murder, and it is an interesting book about it's a true story. Basically, an LA prosecuting attorney talks about his adventures as a prosecutor and the various criminals that he prosecuted in his legacy of all of that. So one thing I found fascinating, and it has given me a little, okay, it's by Matt Murphy, but basically so there was the most recent trial that was big news was the Ohio State or Ohio University murders, where this awful person, I don't even want to name him, came and he stabbed 4 people. And so they made a plea deal with him, and some of the parents of the murder victims were very upset. But what Matt Murphy really spoke to me in this book was, he said, when there's people that are like the Ohio State murderer or serial killers, he goes, they're not like, they do not have remorse. They do not have they just act. They don't think about, oh, this is going to hurt someone. This is going to make someone sad. So those guys going to prison or having the death penalty is not like, it's not having the same reaction that you would think that like somebody normal would have. They don't have the same reaction to things. And so he was obviously a really subhuman who did these murders, but Mark Murphy really spoke to me when he said that. So his book is fascinating because he goes through different serial killers that he had to prosecute or that he was involved in some way of their, and it is a good read. He tried not to be too graphic, but he did want to share with people, hey, this is what really happened. So if you have any like feelings about the death penalty or not the death penalty, I am not a death penalty advocate, but I will say, with that being said, I've never been a victim to a serious crime like that. So I don't really know how I would react if something like that had happened to one of my loved ones. So, but anyway, it's a very, very well written book. I enjoyed it because it just gave me such a different perspective. And it was a true story. But one thing he said also, and I thought about so many people that are in these very life-consuming jobs, right? He was having a hard time because he kept getting dumped in relationships, or he would be on a date with someone and he would have to go because if you don't know, prosecutors have to go to the scene of the crime so that they get a true view of what's going on. And so they can look at the evidence themselves. They can see what's really going on so that they're truly entrenched in it instead of just seeing pictures and things like that. So he would say that he would be on a date and then an awful crime would happen and he'd have to leave the date. And that would leave his partners pretty lonely. But he had a realization. He goes, right now, as a prosecuting attorney, I need to remember that what I might be missing out on, I'm actually hopefully helping other people who are victims of crime, either their loved ones or giving them a voice. And so he just fully entrenched himself in his job, 100. He had his outlets. He loved to travel and surf and things like that. But he realized that love was not going to play a factor for him until maybe he retired, but then it did leave lasting marks, unfortunately. The other book I read was If She Knew, and it was a woman who it was by Kate Wise, and basically it's a 50-year-old retired FBI agent. Kate Wise gets it was written by Blake Pierce, but it's about Kate Wise, and she was an FBI, a retired person. She gets pulled back into a case, and just how these FBI agents, this is not a true story, but they just are so fascinating how they can see things that regular people cannot. And if you need just a fun summer read, even though I know summer's coming to a close for everybody, there is a very cute book written by Abby Jimenez called Just for the Summer, and it's so sweet.
Jody, I read it.
Did you like it?
I did. It was going to be what I talked about. That's great.
So cute.
I was so excited to have, I would love your thought on it because, lots of people in the book struggle with mental health crises.
Yeah.
And I loved how raw, the room, like, there's a beautiful dating thing going on. The guy is like a top-notch dater.
Top-notch dater is not. I was like, I don't want to give it away for everybody, but I'm like, if this guy was dating like this, I'm like, there's no way somebody would dump you. Like,
oh my gosh. And I just have to, not to be a spoiler on this one, but like they're going out on a first date and he sends her like a questionnaire.
A survey monkey.
A survey monkey.
So cute.
It was so cute. And it was, the questions he asked were so good and really gave the freedom and, everything we talk about on Single Ready to Mingle is like, you want somebody that includes you in the decision making.
I mean, he had his light on.
Wow.
Then he sent her an invitation, like a digital invitation for their date.
Like an invite, yeah. I mean, you guys,
I also liked how he had reviews about himself.
Oh my gosh, the reviews were hilarious. And you guys stop, drop, and roll. If you're a single guy, go read
this book. Go read that book.
Pro tips.
Yeah.
Pro tips. And there's mental health issues and navigating that in such a lovely, sweet, kind, understanding way. And just really Jody, I love that book so much.
I did. Okay, so the main female character, did you feel that her forgiveness of her mom, or the way that she said, choose empathy,
oh my God,
that's
for everybody, yeah.
But did you also kind of like, come on, you also have to have a little bit of a,
protect your peace.
Protect your peace a little. Like, I understand forgiving people, believe me, but I also think protect your peace. Put some boundaries up. It's okay to have boundaries. It doesn't mean you're not empathetic if you have boundaries.
You know who I love the most? Her best friend.
Oh my gosh. I love her best friend because she was helping her to protect her peace.
Exactly. She was like, hey,
fiercely loyal.
And wow, that book. I mean, I've been craving a summer read, and that was it, and it was fantastic. Highly recommend it.
Yes.
Bravo. Very well done. Not the typical romance.
No.
Had some good juice. But if you are dating, if you are single in any shape or form, I highly recommend that book.
Yes. I would too. I think when her best friend said, so they were travel nurses, she and her best friend, and she said, I'm going to go out on this, Tinder date or whatever it is. I don't know, one of those dating apps. And she goes, and I'm probably not going to come home because I'm sick of being a solo DJ. And I just envisioned her like,
Ricky. Speaking of Ricky,
They have to make that into a movie, by the way.
oh, I hope so. Speaking of Ricky and DJs, on August 17th, we're hosting a brunch down in
Yes.
Kyle at La Benitas Bar and Club with Ricky and Rudy Duran, and we would love for you guys to join us. Please, the tickets are $10 at the door. They're going to have live music. I think most of, if you buy a ticket, it comes with mimosas, lots of live music and dancing and fun and great food and everything. We would love for you guys to join us. August 17th, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
It's a Kyle.
It's in Kyle, and this is a Shody in the Wild where we're spelling it out. This is where we're gonna be. The address
Super
is on.
exciting.
Yeah.
We'll add a link to the notes, and
Yeah.
you're gonna definitely want to go. And we're so excited to see Ricky and Rudy. I love them so much. Their energy is so, it's contagious, in a good way. So
It is, and it is our favorite thing, brunch.
brunch, yeah.
And so with music and fun and dancing and silliness, and it's gonna be a great time.
I'm so excited for that, for all of it. So please come out and join us. It'll be so much fun.
So much
We
fun.
have so much going on. Football season's right around the corner.
Holy smoke.
So it's the first game's at Ohio, but we are hoping that our Longhorns take it all the way this year and that they just rocket out there. I'm super excited about the season. I want to see Archie Manning, see what he's all about. So one thing that's really cool, Mark Pena was telling me this, that there's videos of Archie when he was 8 years old, catching passes from his dad or whoever. And he said, when I grow up, I want to be a Texas Longhorn quarterback. And here he is. He's going to do it. I'm so excited.
I have 2 more books that I read. I don't know if you've read She's Not Sorry, but you should.
Oh, let me check if I have.
Yeah.
Was it scary?
It's disturbing.
I think I haven't read it.
It's one of your books.
I've read it. Yeah. Yeah. I read it. Yeah.
But I also read The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F.
Okay. And this is one that Penny likes, right?
No, that's a, yeah, we've already discussed her book. This is The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F by Mark Manson, and it's not what you think. His whole thing is stop caring about things that have no value. Stop spending energy on things that do not serve you well and do not protect your peace.
Yeah.
But he says it in such an engaging way. I think people that don't get it, that aren't on their way up the second mountain and need that refresher, I feel like a younger person would benefit from this book a lot. And so I think it's a great read. He's very engaging. He tells real life stories, his personal experiences on dating, and how he engaged in relationships, and got wrapped into how everybody felt about things. And he was like, no, stop caring about that stuff. And so anyway, I enjoyed it, would recommend it, especially for somebody young that is on that struggle bus. I did read The Better Sister because I couldn't read the subtitles, and so now I understand that one. So anyway, yeah, lots of not we're staying at Coulter's house quite a bit, and we haven't turned the TVs on at all. And so I haven't really gobbled up any TV or whatever, just reading and working. Oh, I did get to go to Good Enough Today's kicked off
Oh, that's so
party,
sad.
launch
I missed
party.
it.
Oh my gosh. Sheree just absolutely blew my mind. And I am so excited to be on this journey with her and see what she has in store. So if you haven't gone and listened to Good Enough Today with Sheree Lee, highly recommend it. Highly, highly,
Yes,
highly
she's so motivational. Her message is spot on. It's what we all need to hear right now. That as many struggles as people go through, sometimes we feel like we're failing, but you're not. You're not failing. By waking up every day, setting one goal. I love when Shelly said, write just 3 little things on a Post-it note.
That was Dr. Love. That was from Dr. Love.
Yes. Then you can feel accomplished. You don't have to do giant, just events. Small things count. We are good enough today.
Well, and I love her PEM check, and I don't know if that's but it's how are you feeling physically? How are you feeling emotionally? How are you feeling mentally? And to do those 3 checks for yourself every day and throughout the day, and really focus on that, because a lot of times I think one bad thing happens and everybody's like, today it was horrible. And it was like, I stubbed my toe. The whole day was ruined. And
I call those absolute thinkers.
Yeah.
They just think in absolutes. Absolutes are not healthy for people, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not all bad. It's not all good, but it's not all bad. So try to focus on the things that have gone well in your day.
Yeah. And so I love that conversation, and go check that out. And go to ShodyMedia.com. We're going to start a blog page, and it's going to have like all of our favorite things through it, that's Amazon or restaurants around town and such. And if you haven't joined Adjacent Connectors on social media, I highly recommend it. That's the inside scoop on what's going on with Shody Media. You'll know before anybody else if you join Adjacent Connectors. And I think that's a wrap.
Awesome. Well, we hope to see you out in real life. Please come to the Kyle event with the Duran brothers and Texas.
Yeehaw!